I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Vacheron Constantin. Today, I'll be your guide to the Vacheron Constantin Historiques triple calendar 1942, a modern homage to the classical reference 4240 of 1942. This is a 40mm stainless steel triple calendar, manufacture movement, immaculately finished to Geneva Hallmark standards, both inside and out. This historical throwback begins with a classically low-profile pin buckle, albeit one featuring clever integration of the Vacheron Constantin Maltese cross motif. It gives way to a substantial dark brown alligator leather strap with a monotone stitch and folded edges, which disappears seamlessly into the florid form of what are known as the claw lugs, the single most iconic portion of this watch and the reference 4240 to which it pays homage. Beautifully modular and distinct from the caseband, this was a final flourish of the late Art Deco period, combined with the strong horizontal definition of the triple Vacheron case. It gives the watch both a sensuality and a strong masculine definition, a set of creases that beautifully transition to a cambered sapphire. Now, the cambered sapphire is beautifully rounded as the Vacherons themselves, is a throwback to the domed style plexiglass crystals that would have been featured on the original, but whereas those domed plexiglasses were romantic but vulnerable, this creates the same vintage charm while endowing the watch with the modern scratch resistance born of a synthetic sapphire compound. Underneath, you can see the dial beautifully layered and nuanced. You'll also note how it's been maximized by pressing out to the outermost periphery of the case, the bezel falling away like a silver halo when viewed head-on. Now, the dial at center is a silver opaline with a matte finish and stylized Arabic numerals in a late Art Deco font. Now, outboard of that, you can see the burgundy radial date track, and there is a radial date indicator, which you can see is silvered with a red arrow tip. You'll also note the burgundy treatment bestowed upon the day and the month discs. This watch does have a companion model, identical in all respects except for the trading of burgundy for dark blue highlights on the dial. Now, you'll also note a slight countersink to the sub-seconds with its baton hand also in blue to match the hands at center, and there's a gentle fasting and step to the apertures for the day and the month to ease the transition from the plane of the dial down to the day and the month disc. A very discreet Vacheron Constantin marquee at 12 o'clock with a hand-applied white gold Maltese cross logo. Turning the watch over, manufacture caliber 4400/1 with additional initials Q and C denoting the complete functions bestowed upon this movement. Now, manual winding, created entirely in-house, it has a superior 65-hour power reserve when fully energized. You'll note the highest standard of finish, not just throughout the movement, which is labeled with the Geneva Hallmark, but also the case, itself labeled with the Geneva Hallmark. Since 2002, this has been the ultimate imprimatur of finish and style, not just for movements made in the city and canton of Geneva, but for the entire assembled watch. Now, you'll also note immaculate finish in the form of linear Côte de Genève waves aligned across all bridges and the balance cock. You'll note that every jewel countersink has a mirrored circumference, and the same can be true of every well for every screw along the edge of every bridge, rounded off by hand using diminishing qualities of abrasive material to create a mirror shine. You'll also see a tight and engine-turned perlage across the base plate and a graining of all wheels. Every screw head polished to a mirror's shine with its slot chamfered. No detail is overlooked in this entirely in-house manual wind caliber. You can see this historic homage executed in modern size with modern fit, finish, and materials, along with the entire collection of Vacheron Constantin fine Swiss timepieces on our website, govbergwatches.com.